Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the Fourth Estate. Today, our firm, Dunstan Omari and Associates Advocates, have gone to court via a constitutional petition for the violation of fundamental rights and freedoms as have been envisaged and protected by the Constitution. Our clients today are standing here right next to me, directors of the Good Earth Limited, who are known for their hospitality services and restaurants such as Blue Door, Nyamamama, and others. And it is well within the knowledge of the public that they faced malicious prosecution by the BDP for issues that ought to have been settled through a civil court. It is not a wonder, because we are very familiar that the criminal justice system is used many a times against business owners so that to frustrate their businesses. However, the reason why we are moving to the High Court is because of gross violation of provisions under the Constitution that were infringed against our clients. For instance, the Constitution guarantees that we should have the right to health to the highest attainable standards. And throughout the prosecution, when they were facing charges before the Criminal Magistrate Court, despite their health issues, the court and the DPP were not considerate and were not considering any factors to deal with their health. And as much as the DPP withdrew the charges under Section 87A of the Constitution, that means that they can at any time then instigate these charges. But the High Court then exists for any person who has been aggrieved to go and file a petition in the hope that they will be compensated. Therefore, we are seeking a compensation from Victoria Commercial Bank. We are seeking a compensation of 2 billion. We are also seeking for a declaration that several articles of the Constitution were grossly violated without consideration of the rights of the accused persons as they then were, and also in a bid to have our clients protect their image. Almost all, if not all, newspaper outlets and media outlets had published how former directors of Nyamamama had been facing criminal charges, and as such they have rendered them to have a very negative standing, and they have been defamed, and therefore we are hoping that the High Court will find favor in our petition and will award the directors here damages for the infringement that was caused grossly on their rights.
Set an example of banks who are misusing their powers to harass customers, and so this would be the right forum to do that. And Wakili has said it all, so we don't have much to say after
No,
that.
they took me to as a house arrest. Taken me to Kenyatta Hospital when I was very sick. I had no food, no water for 4 days. They refused to give me bail. And I was taken back to hospital as a car after 4 days, and Ronaldo was dead. It is God who has given me this life, and I don't want anyone else to go through this. Oh dear. Thank you.
So this is the first test type of matter in the Kenyan history where we are going for the complainant. Our clients took a loan from a bank, which is a commercial civil matter. A dispute arose. Instead of that problem being resolved through the civil and commercial channels provided by the Constitution, malicious criminal charges, complaints were launched. Our clients were dragged to court as petty criminals. The lady here, at the time of taking plea, she was admitted at at Aga Khan Hospital on a high dependence unit fighting for her life. The judiciary ordered that person be removed from there. She was brought to this court with an ambulance, the life support machines. She was remanded to Langata Women's Prison, then taken to Kenyatta Hospital, attended for 4 days. The records from Aga Khan were never sought. The type of medication she was taking was completely changed. By the time she was brought back to court to be released on bond, she was rushed back to her former hospital. She was admitted for more than 6 months. She had to be flown out of the country to be treated. It is by God's chance that she's alive, and that is the condition you're seeing her. But the damage in her health cannot be reversed. The permanent injury in her health can never be reversed. We have gone for the company, the bank. We are equally moving to JSC to sue the magistrate who ordered a person to be brought from Aga Khan Hospital, remand that person in a different public facility without taking into consideration the medical damage that has been caused to my client. We have already filed a complaint at JSC for removal, and we have also filed a petition which is coming up before Justice Mugambi today for directions on how to proceed with this matter. It is a warning call to the financial institutions. We shall also be writing to the regulator, the Central Bank of Kenya and the Kenya Bankers Association, to oversight the gross abuse that financial institutions are engaging and how many deaths of their customers they have occasioned by their way of handling their clients. That's I've sent to Nyandoro. We'll share the pleadings that we have done.
Council.